Well, I've always been art oriented. Like I've always loved art my entire life, and honestly, I think it's like a release for me. It's just all the stresses of the day, all the anger, sadness, whatever. You can just put it out on paper, and it's just an amazing feeling to create something that you can call your own. I chose to do it as a profession instead of a hobby because it's something that I know I will love forever. It's something that
Right.
I can't see myself ever stopping. Like it's the one thing in my life. Like it's kind of like my purpose.
Well, starting out, I pretty much considered animation my entire life. I've wanted to bring my drawings to life. So, my senior year, junior year actually, started researching a bunch of schools, and I ended up applying to 5. Ball State, obviously, IU, Purdue, DePaul in Chicago, and Northern Michigan. And I went to Purdue, or I visited at least Purdue, IU, and Ball State, and DePaul. Ball State's program was on the rise. It was, it was pretty good considering the schools that I looked at, and then DePaul's was the best. Theirs was, DePaul's a private school, so obviously it's a lot more money than Ball State. They offered me a scholarship. Ball State also offered me a scholarship, but I ended up going to Ball State just because it felt home to me. I like the people, I like the energy. DePaul was really cold. It was just like city blocks, and I didn't like that. There was no personality to it.
I considered Heron School of Art. It's an IUPUI like downtown. But it just wasn't what I wanted. Ball State it was too close to home, and Ball State's campus was just far better.
Ball State not only offered me, a lot of money, but they had the program, the people, the environment, everything that I was looking for. So that's why I chose Ball State.
I chose Ball State because I've heard a lot about it. I heard a lot of good things about how fun it is here, and my high school art teacher told me that they have really good reputations in their art program, and so I decided to give it a shot. I came here on a visit, and I loved the campus. It was awesome.
My whole life I derived basically upon the experience I gained from my own projects instead of school projects, I guess. So I came into Ball State thinking I would just do the same thing. I would learn pretty much on my own and kind of forget everything my teachers or professors were, trying to make me see in the projects we did. So that really ended up biting me in the ass. In a good way though, just because I eventually saw what I needed to do. I needed to open my eyes more to what they were trying, to help me see, as in why art is art. Like, not only how to make something look good or cool, but why it looks good and cool. Like, I can pick it apart and critique it. Like, I can think about it conceptually. I can point out different aspects. I can point out different emotions, like why it makes me feel the way I do. It just helped me critique my own work as well as others, and that's what matters most. It also helps you build kind of a tolerance. It allows you to not take critiques personally, as in you pour your heart and soul into something, and then somebody says, well, it doesn't make me, I don't like it, or it doesn't make me feel the way you wanted me to feel. It allows you to not take it personally, as to look at it from almost a helpful point of view. Like you say to yourself, okay, well, I'll change this instead, or instead of you know, this camera angle, I'll change the angle up, or I'll change the facial expression, or anything like that. It kind of takes you away from your personal attachment to the piece, so you can look at it more of just as a subject instead of like your own work. So that helped. Most artists just start out on their own. They start doing their own work. That's why a lot of them, you know, they have big heads. They're cocky because they grow up thinking their own work is legitimate. And what going to college helps you experience is that competitive feeling. It helps you see your own work as if it's through somebody else's eyes. You don't actually see it through yours or your friend or your best friends or your parents, who's going to tell you, you know, they're going to tell you it's going to be good either way, because, you know, they want to make you happy. That's just how it is. But when you come into an environment such as this, you get that experience where, yeah, people will pick your work apart, but it's worth it in the end. Also, for me personally, it's as if I'm going to a job. It's like work for me. If I'm at home, I'm not going to put as much effort into my work if I'm only going to be throwing it up on the internet on like a Facebook page. Like, that's not what it's about for me. I can put like metaphorically my business suit, you know. I can go to my classes, I can work, and then I will take what I worked on and show it to my peers. Like, it's a personal feedback rather than just words on a computer screen.
Last summer, I applied to both Viscom and animation. I was kind of on the fence with both. Animation was, at that time, I wanted it, but Viscom, I've always just heard, had a better chance of getting a job, you know, getting money. That's what we're here for in college. And I guess I kind of psyched myself out. I wanted to, of course, be successful, and I guess I just thought about, I put money first instead of art and what I love, and I decided to try to force myself to like Viscom, and I went through the classes, and I just kept telling myself, it'll get better. I think the turning point for me, there was a senior class going on when I was working on a project, and I decided to kind of look and see what they were doing. And they were doing the exact same thing that I was doing as a sophomore, and I was just like, wow, there really is no better coming, you know.
Yeah.
I just knew in my heart that wasn't what I wanted to do, and I was like, well, I'm an artist. Like, I want to be, you know, I want to have a career in art. It better be exactly what I want. It better be what I love. And so I decided to try animation. Like, I wanted to reapply for that because I knew that's what I love.
There were also some courses I could have done without, but for the most part, I got what I needed to get out of the courses. I mean, each course provides a valuable input. You just have to see it. These professors have had, you know, experience in the workforce. Not that, you know, tutorials on the internet, those people haven't, but like, you get a more personal experience than just a voice recording, you know, on the internet. I feel as though my professors are great. They know what they're doing. They've been out in the workforce. They know what to prepare us for. They know what to expect. Again, they help us see what we need to see. They kind of get rid of that big-headedness that most artists have. And I honestly couldn't ask for a better university.
I believe that we're put here on Earth for a purpose. I believe that every one of us has our own purpose, and
Right.
I I feel like art is definitely where I'm supposed to be, and I don't believe in just living life the safe way. I want to take a risk, a chance.